Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
What are we doing each and every day? Are we being vigilant? And to talk about it openly and not to shy away from it, because we do want to move forward.
And there are people anxious to see their community move forward in the battle against substance abuse among school-aged kids. Dozens of parents, educators, and law enforcement officers gathered tonight at West Fargo High to tackle an all-too-common problem in communities up and down the valley.
Valley News Team's Katie Opperly was at tonight's public forum to hear how they hope to end the abuse.
We know that substance abuse and addiction is a problem in our community.
And West Fargo Public Schools Superintendent Beth Sleddy said the best way to fix the problem of substance use, abuse, and addiction within our youth is to face it head on and ask the tough questions.
Our schools are resources to our families, so our big push tonight is to let our parents and our community know that we want to work together to solve some of the problems that we are seeing in the community and in our schools.
She says the beginning of this process is informing everyone about the issue within our community. In a survey of West Fargo high school students, they admitted to drinking and using drugs such as marijuana and prescription pain pills. Juvenile Court Officer Nicole Leitner said drugs and alcohol can have serious effects on our students.
Anybody who's using a substance as an adolescent would be classified as abusing a substance because it impacts their brain development and stalls it out, and it's not going to help them become healthy adults.
So to end this abuse, they discussed coming together to create resources for those in need.
We do have school counselors, and we have other adults in the building that can talk to the student and help them come up with a plan to talk to the family. Because together I think that we can continue to make our area really a strong area to live in and great for families.
In West Fargo, Katie Opperly, Valley News Live.
The forum tonight on substance use, abuse, and addiction was the second of 4 forums. Sleddy says she hopes to continue to address difficult topics to create a safe environment for students to be successful.
Police say a search continues at this hour for a man who ran from police after a traffic stop. But a neighbor told us that she saw police leading someone away in handcuffs. Authorities say it started around 8:15 tonight when they pulled over a car for an equipment violation. The driver took off running and the search concentrated in Woodlawn Park in South Moorhead. A police canine, several officers and Clay County units scoured the park before backing off around an hour ago. No word on who they're looking for or why he may have run. Police say he poses no threat to the community.
A well-known Fargo restaurant has closed. The owner of Santa Lucia at 1109 38th Street South tells Valley News Live the decision was made in order to take a break. Santa Lucia has been in Fargo since 1990. Owner Maria Wilson says this latest move could include reopening with more of a fast food Greek concept, but that we'll see.
Great to see the milder weather today. It sure would be nice to see more, but Hutch says one more day of 40-degree weather is enough.
That's not what I say. I do say, though, that's all we're going to get. Temperatures may hit 40 for a few, but we'll get into that later. Mike, let's go ahead and start with where we are now. Jamestown, you still have 41, so if you're out walking the cat on the leash, not too bad out there. Here's a look at the radar. Up north, a few showers, sprinkles, or mixed precipitation moving over Lake of the Woods, and your hour-by-hour forecast shows breezy south winds, increasing clouds, and a chance of some wintry mix developing in our northern counties by morning. This is going to move through the rest of the valley, and some of us will have measurable snow. I'll have details on the end of our warm-up here in a minute.
All right, thanks.
Yep.
A man facing charges after a fatal shooting in Audubon, Minnesota is no stranger to law enforcement. 29-year-old Michael Ray Mason has a long criminal history and now is facing charges of first-degree manslaughter after that shooting late yesterday evening in Audubon. Authorities confirm one man is dead. Mason's rap sheet includes nearly 40 charges against him for things like drugs, burglary, theft, disorderly conduct, and damage to property. Police have yet to name who the victim of the shooting is, but we do know that the victim was a man.
2 people were arrested after reported domestic problems at home spilled over into a police call. This afternoon, West Fargo police were called to the 100 block of 14th Avenue East. They say when they got to the home, the man and woman became aggressive towards them. At least one was tased before being taken into custody. No injuries were reported, and at this point, still no names have been released.
New developments in those counterfeit $100 bills in the FM area. Here's some surveillance video of the people allegedly involved. Fargo police are looking for them. They say the fake bills have been floating around the area since October. Several $100 bills have been used in the metro, mostly at gas stations. Police say the counterfeiters are prepaying for gas with a $100 bill and then getting real money back as change. Keep this in mind. All of the bogus bills have these serial numbers on them: B21704735D.
A bill named for a North Dakota victim advanced today on Capitol Hill. The U.S. Senate Committee on Indian Affairs approved Savannah's bill, which addresses the epidemic of missing and murdered Indigenous women. A new report found extensive shortcomings on this issue, giving Savannah's act the push it needed. It was introduced by Senator Heidi Heitkamp. It was named for Savannah Greywind, who was abducted and tragically killed last year in Fargo.
Unless we continue to demand that victims in Native American and Indigenous victims are not invisible, this problem will fade into the woodwork with another report on the shelf. That's not good enough.
West Fargo schools made history last night as the board approved the purchase of an electric school bus. The electric bus costs more than a traditional school bus with a diesel motor by nearly $200,000. But thanks to community sponsors and grants, the school district says the electric bus will end up costing about the same as a standard school bus. And when it comes to operations and maintenance costs, district leaders say the electric bus may end up being cheaper, especially as batteries become cheaper. Another plus, district leaders say the electric bus is incredibly quiet.
The number of hate crimes in Minnesota rose last year for the third year in a row by 20%. The FBI released statistics showing that there were 146 reported hate crimes in the state, 92 of them being motivated by race. 34 of those motivated by religion, 22 were due to sexual orientation. None were reported for gender, gender identity, or disability. Roughly 11% of Minnesota's agencies submitted reports for last year. Nationally, the U.S. also saw an increase, with numbers up about 17% from 2016.
The Fargo YWCA needs your help. They are in urgent need of thick and thermal gloves and mittens of all sizes, new or gently used, for both women and children. If you can help, you can bring your donations to the shelter location. That's 3000 South University Drive, Monday through Friday between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. You can also check out their list at Amazon.com to easily buy and then send items directly to the YWCA.
Later on Valley News Live at 10, Blind Joe is back, this time trying to help vets. We'll explain.
Quiet weather for most tonight. Temperatures right now still 15 to 20 degrees warmer than yesterday at this time. Our quiet weather will not last as Thursday brings change. I'll have details on what, when, and where right after this.